Friends, hope you are having a lovely day so far. I had a very nice start to my day. Took myself for a little walk, took myself to my favorite cafe for a really yummy breakfast and an iced cacao, of course. I have been loving me time lately, and it's something that I feel like I've struggled to figure out what type of me time I enjoy and feels good to me and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, recently I noticed how much I love my time in the mornings before I get into the work day. And so lately I have been making sure to get myself outside, get my body moving, and do things that make me feel good, like going to cafes by myself and just sitting and enjoying some nourishing food or a cacao. The cafe I went to this morning is called Marie and Eaters. It's a gluten-free and predominantly plant-based cafe and bakery here on the Gold Coast. My breakfast was really good. The wrap, it was like so yummy, and it had some of this almond feta in it. They do a house-made almond feta and it's so good. I love treating myself to a jar of this, and today I'm actually going to film a recipe that is going to have some vegan feta in it. So I got the good stuff, and they also have freshly baked muffins, so I couldn't resist getting some. I got a Nutella muffin and a choc chip muffin, which Cara has had half of because we are sharing the both of them. I am going to get into my workday now. I did a little bit of admin this morning, but now I'm going to get into filming some reels. I am on my Instagram game right now. I really wanted to challenge myself to be consistent with uploading recipes on Instagram. Like, we all know that my YouTube channel is like my main squeeze, and I love making YouTube videos and I love long form content. But I thought it was time to just really try and be consistent with recipes on Instagram as well, because I really enjoy it. I feel like it's another really great way to reach a lot of people with the vegan message and like show how many delicious things you can make from plants. So if you haven't already joined me on Instagram, I'd love if you did. I will leave my Instagram here, and it's always down in the description box if you want to check it out. Anyway, let's get into filming these delicious recipes. I'm very excited. I'm also going to have this half muffin as well. So if you've ever been curious what my kitchen looks like after I have been filming, this is it. There's always a lot of mess. Honestly, this is like not even a bad day because usually there will be stuff piling up everywhere. But yeah, definitely my least favorite part of the job. Good morning. I had the most beautiful start to the day today. Went for a lovely little walk and got myself a cacao, which is my new routine that I'm in, and it feels really good to be back in routine. Let me know if you can relate, but I feel like this year is literally flying by. I cannot believe that it is almost May, and honestly I feel like this year has just kind of been getting away from me, and I've been really struggling to get into a good routine with a lot of things. However, for the past month or so I've been really focusing on like making it a priority to get into a good routine and do things that feel good for my well-being. So for me that is mindful movement. Like, most of the time it's getting out for morning walks. It's like my favorite way to start the day and to move. And as well as that, it's exploring hobbies, having alone time and downtime, and enjoying my cacao every day, because you know that I love my cacao so much. Cara and I actually talked about this on a bonus episode of our podcast recently. We were talking about realistic wellness and like, you know, wellness culture online and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, obviously we all know at this point we see the highlight reel of people's lives online, and we do see that with like people's wellness routines and stuff like that as well. You know, most people don't document the hard times. Even me, like filming this video when I'm like feeling good and I've gotten into a routine and stuff like that, in comparison to like 2 months ago when I was really struggling and feeling overwhelmed with work and life and everything in general, you know. But I think that what I've learned about like having a realistic wellness routine is like, you know, enjoying rest and like actually deeply resting, and then as well as that, acknowledging the things that actually make me feel good. It's pretty easy to like compare yourself to other people, especially in the age of social media, and then comparing yourself to your peers and your friends as well. But I think the biggest thing that has helped me is actually identifying, you know, those things that genuinely make me feel really good. And for me, I've definitely found that starting my day with a walk and a cacao and writing a to-do list that's not too long has been really positive. So today is going to be another work day, and I'm thinking recently about making like a weekly vlog that sort of shows you my work routine and what it's like to the best of my ability. But before I get into work, a big thank you to my friends at Seed for sponsoring today's video. Now, as you may know, I've been taking Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic for many months now, and I find it to be a great support for my gut health and my skin health in particular. It has also become a very good part of my routine, and I find that like habit stacking kind of thing has been working really well with like the walk, the cacao, the getting ready for the day, the breakfast, the Seed DSO1, and then I'm fresh and ready to go for the day. So Seed's DSO1 is a daily symbiotic, which is a probiotic and a prebiotic in the one capsule. And something that I've learned recently is the way that not all probiotics are created equal. So because probiotics are live organisms, they are sensitive and fragile to things like heat and like oxygen, moisture and light, and these factors impact viability and survivability through the manufacturing, the packaging, the shipping, and then like most importantly, the digestive process. As well as that, most probiotics are developed and manufactured by supplement companies, where the probiotic is just one of many products, including things like vitamins and powders, that they are making. And in contrast to that, Seed is a microbiome science company. I love taking Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic, as I mentioned, as a way to support my gut health and my skin health. I also really appreciate Seed's sustainability practices, so if you're interested in learning about them, I will leave them linked in the description box. As well as that, I'm going to leave a link in the description box if you want to try out Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic. You can use my discount code as well, which is DUCKS, and that will get you 30% off your first purchase of the DSO1 Daily Symbiotic if you do want to check it out. Woo. So lately I feel like I have re-entered my Nourish bowl era, and we haven't been here since like 2018, but I must say that I am loving it, especially working from home. I feel like this is such a delicious meal that really makes me feel super nourished, and as well as that, I can prep and then enjoy throughout the week as well. So today for lunch I felt like a Nourish bowl and thought it was the perfect opportunity to show you how I think I make like the perfect Nourish bowl, at least for me. And maybe this can help you if you're thinking that you might want to try making stuff like this for throughout the week. So I think that there are a few components when it comes to Nourish bowls. Ooh! Oh no. So I always like to start with some sort of grain as my base, and I'm loving couscous at the moment, so I'm going to use couscous, but sometimes I'll use rice or quinoa. And yeah, love couscous because it's so quick to make as well. As well as that, I like to have some sort of protein. For me, this can sometimes be something like chickpeas or black beans. Today I am going to do some crispy tofu in the air fryer. Then I really like adding some kind of hearty vegetables, so potato, cauliflower, broccoli, or in today's case, pumpkin, which is typically my go-to. I also then like adding some freshness, so I have some greens, which I always like to add, as well as some cucumber and some red onion. Then I really like to have avocado as a source of fats. And then I like to make some kind of sauce to drizzle over, so I'm just going to use some vegan mayo, as well as, I can't tell if this is a lemon or a lime, but I'm using it. What I love about Nourish bowls is that you can really make them your own. So like sometimes I'll be in the mood for more like a satay kind of nourish bowl and I'll make like some satay tofu and a nice satay sauce to drizzle over. Some days I'll be in the mood for something more fresh like what I'm making today, and I think that you can really mix it up with what you like and also what makes you feel good. So I definitely encourage exploring that, and I think that having a really beautiful balance of veggies as well as a plant-based protein, some carbohydrates, some fats, and some delicious sauce, which I just feel like sauce elevates everything. I think it makes a really delicious meal but also a really nourishing meal, and personally I like to have both in the one meal. Anyway, let's get into making it. Delicious nourish bowl that I am going to enjoy very much so for lunch today. So today I am going to make some bagels. I actually haven't made some in like a month. I went through a phase of making them like every week for a while, and then life happened and I haven't made them in a while, but I am really feeling like having some to enjoy for breakfast this week. So the recipe that I follow is this one by Sweet Simple Vegan. I will leave it linked down below. I have found it to be the best bagel recipe that I have tried, so I definitely recommend it, and I also find it to be a very easy recipe to follow as well. Also, I've just remembered I wanted to show you the pottery that my boyfriend and I made when we did a pottery class recently. So we made a whole bunch of pieces. We went and did a like wheel and wine date night pottery class, and it was so much fun. I'm actually considering enrolling in a pottery course later this year. If you've ever done one, let me know, because I really love it, especially because I then do food styling and food blogging and stuff, so I get a lot of use out of the pieces that I make, and I just find it to be a really therapeutic, enjoyable thing to do. My boyfriend actually suggested it when we were there because he could see how much I was loving it, that I should do a course. So that's something that's kind of on my mind at the moment, exploring that hobby a lot more. But yeah, we made some really cool stuff. This one is one of my favorites. It's this gorgeous little plate. Love it so much. I also love this little bowl. I feel like it's perfect for a smoothie bowl because it's a bit more flat and kind of has this like ridge down the bottom, so you can put like heaps of granola in there as well. We also made some really cute other bowls, super cute, and then a couple of little mugs as well, which I love so much. They are so sweet. But yeah, let's get into making some bagels. My bagels are rising or setting or expanding or whatever you want to call it, I wanted to have a quick chat with you about something that has been on my mind for probably like the past 6 or so months, and I feel like is a journey that I have been embarking on. The best way to sort of summarize this journey is with self-acceptance and also just like an unlearning of these beauty standards that I feel like have been put on people, but in particular I talk about it from the perspective of being a woman and how a lot of beauty standards are put on women, and there's like a certain expectation in order to be societally beautiful. I say this as someone who has always been pretty insecure in the way that I look, and I feel like this started for me when I was in high school and has sort of stuck with me through my adult life. And when I think about this starting like 15 years ago, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I've spent 15 years being so insecure about the way that I look. But then I think about the way that society is and how much pressure it puts on women, and how women are constantly sold a lot of products that are going to make them look better. And when I think about that, I'm a little less hard on myself. So I guess embarking on this unlearning journey, as I like to call it, sort of started for me when I really acknowledged the way that there are a lot of things that are targeted towards insecurities, in terms of like lots of products and services that are targeted towards insecurities. So I'm going to be turning 30 this year, and I'm showing the signs of aging, which I honestly used to be really scared of and feel kind of like ashamed by. But as I get older and as I continue on this journey, I'm really just trying to embrace the way that I look a lot more. Also, I dyed my hair brown, which I haven't acknowledged, but I dyed my hair brown because I want to start growing it and taking care of its health, and also just challenge myself to not be blonde, because I've been blonde for 15 years and I feel like I always had this thing whenever I tried dyeing my hair different colors that I would immediately want to be going back to blonde, because I feel like I didn't look good without blonde hair. But I'm trying to challenge myself to go back to more of my natural color, and honestly, I'm obsessed with my hair color right now. I really like it, and I am really looking forward to prioritizing the health of my hair. So yeah, I'm turning 30, I'm a freckly girly, and I am showing the signs of aging, and at the same time I'm really trying to resist all this like marketing and stuff that is telling me that I need to be trying to look younger or trying to look like more desirable in some way. I don't even know if that's the right word for that, but it's just been this realization that a lot of companies literally want people to feel insecure so that they spend money on things. And I feel like this was like a huge wake-up call for me, that I had been spending so much money, so much time, so much energy on trying to look better, but it never actually has made me feel better. If anything, it's actually made me feel a lot worse. And then I think about when I feel my best, and I feel my best when I am moving mindfully, when I am eating nourishing food, when I am spending time with my friends, my community, my partner, my family, when I am doing hobbies that make me feel good and expressing myself creatively. These are the times when I have actually felt the best. And maybe I haven't looked my best, but I have felt the best, I have felt the most confident. Whereas in contrast, you have the times where I've looked the most societally attractive. Those times I was so unhappy, and I was feeling way more insecure and finding way more things to feel insecure about. And I feel like as well, even like acknowledging that in this moment is really like powerful for me, because I'm reminded of the fact that for me, I want to focus my energy on how I feel rather than how I look. And I have spent so much of my life worrying about what other people think about me and worrying about whether other people think that I'm attractive. And honestly, I just don't want to do that anymore. And I really just want to lean into who I am and accept myself for how I am. So that's definitely still a major work in progress, and literally I have cried probably every single week because it has been tough and it has been confronting, realizing that for so much of my life I've been so caught up in the way that I look, and for so much of my life I have been spending so much time and energy focused on that rather than appreciating so many other beautiful things in my life. Okay, so sorry, my camera died and then I had to wait for it to charge. But what I was saying was, I think that something that is quite confronting as well is realizing how many businesses actually profit off people feeling insecure. And I don't think it's like the people in marketing's fault, because I think like this is just what you've been taught works and stuff like that. But I think that it is very interesting how like if people didn't feel insecure, there wouldn't be a lot of the industries that there are. Anyway, this is just some stuff that's been on my mind lately. I would love to hear if you have any thoughts on anything that I talked about. I feel like I'm constantly learning and constantly unlearning about this topic, and really enjoying the journey that I'm on. And yeah, really enjoying working on the relationship I have with myself, because I think that I've neglected it for a really long time, and it's nice to really lean into who I am and what I enjoy and that kind of thing. So yeah, let's go check on those bagels because I think they are almost done. Wow. Oh yes. These look amazing. Wow, I am so unbelievably excited. Not to be dramatic, but I think that these might be the best bagels that I've ever made. Look at that perfection. Wow, I'm gonna have some very, very delicious breakfasts this week. So I'm about to head out and play netball, and I know that every time I mention netball, I get comments asking if you can see how it all goes. Truth be told, there's no way really for me to be able to film just due to all of the people that I don't know that I play against and all of that kind of stuff, and this being a YouTube channel, etc. But know that I am loving my netball at the moment. I'm playing 3 to 4 times a week and enjoying it as like one of the main parts of my fitness routine, and also just enjoying becoming a better player as well and learning lots as I go. So that has been very, very fun. But that is going to bring us to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed having a little vlog catch up moment. As always, let me know if you want more vlogs, and as always, let me know if there's any topics that you would love for me to cover. Thank you so much for being here and supporting my YouTube channel. I will see you next week with another video. Have a great day. Bye.